The 1970s must have been a terrifying time to be alive. As Carl Douglas warned us in song form, literally everybody was kung fu fighting, and those kicks were fast as lightning. Now, as someone who doesn't want to get fought or lightning kicked, it kind of sounds like my waking nightmare. I would much prefer to watch my kung fu from the safety of a movie theater. And thankfully, that's exactly what we're going to let you do on Nerdist and Geek and Sundry's new streaming service, Alpha. Our brand new Alpha series, the Shaw Brothers Kung Fu Theater, is an amazing 8-film series of kick-ass kung fu films from the studio that popularized the genre in the first place. With titles like The 36th Chamber of Shaolin and 5 Deadly Venoms, these are movies you need to see. And if you head to Project Alpha, you'll be able to watch these amazing movies and listen to live commentary from your Nerdist favorites and special guests. So, in honor of this killer kung fu series, we're going to celebrate the most kick-ass kung fu films that you need to see before you die. The 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Now, if I could recommend only one kung fu film for you to see before you shuffle off this mortal coil, it'd be this. It features Gordon Liu kicking ass, taking names, and undergoing profound personal growth. While the film has some deeply satisfying fight scenes, it's actually the training sequences that reign supreme, which is weird to think about. Not only do they make the film so darn memorable, but they'll make you feel like you're not busting your ass nearly hard enough at work. And if nothing else, it gave us the greatest Wu-Tang Clan album of all time. So it deserves a place on your shelf and a ticker tape parade every day until the end of time. Wu-Tang Killer Bees represent. The 5 Fingers of Death. No, this isn't a sex move. What? Oh, actually, I'm being told it might be a sex move, but don't use it for that. The main difference between the two is that when you catch the protagonist of this film red-handed, it means he's about to turn you into a bruised meat bag of a man. And if you catch me red-handed, that just means I'm having an allergic reaction. Please call a doctor or find an EpiPen. 5 Fingers of Death is one of the films responsible for making kung fu movies a nationwide craze back in the early 70s here in the US. It's also responsible for one of the greatest music cues in Kill Bill that the movie in turn borrowed from the old TV show Ironside. So really, it's just the ultimate demonstration that sharing is, in fact, caring. Aww. Master of the Flying Guillotine. Now, apart from just being a badass title to possess, this movie has pretty much everything. It feels like a Stefan bit. This movie has everything. A weapon that's basically a hat on a chain that decapitates people. A fight where people are literally standing on swords. A yoga master with stretchy Dalzine arms. New York's hottest club is this f***ing movie. Now, this film is a trippy blend of kung fu and krautrock with a dash of the old ultra-violence for good measure. Honestly, you should just make this a double feature with Riccio, and you've got yourself a recipe for a great evening or one hell of a nightmarish ayahuasca trip. Don't do drugs. Fist of Legend. Another title you shouldn't look up on Urban Dictionary, but you should absolutely watch. Jet Li stars in this remake of Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury as Chen Zhen, a man living in Shanghai during the First World War who finds himself at odds with a dojo of Japanese karate students, then winds up accused of a murder most foul. This movie is so good, the Wachowski siblings wind up hiring its choreographer Yen Wu Ping for The Matrix's fight scenes, and it also proves once and for all that the belt is mightier than the sword. Sweet Jesus, that clip. Crippled Avengers. No, this isn't the War Machine solo movie. Rather, it's an exploitation film about a blind guy, a deaf mute, a quote-unquote idiot, and a legless man who joined forces to defeat the kung fu master who crippled them, and his son who was also crippled but then was given weird robot metal arms and chose to use them for evil for some reason. Anyway, this is really just a case study in why you shouldn't half-ass anything, especially if that anything is maiming and crippling for future kick-ass kung fu students, because they will come together and beat your ass 6 ways from Sunday. Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee's final film may well be his best, and it's largely responsible for the kung fu craze that dominated the 1970s. Now, if you dug Mortal Kombat at all, you need to see this movie, because it takes place at a high-stakes martial arts tournament on a mysterious island. If you dug the crazy gun fu funhouse finale of John Wick Chapter 2, you need to see this movie, because its Destroy the Image scene is legendary in its own right. And if you like seeing Jackie Chan get his neck snapped, then A, I'm worried about you, but you also need to see this movie because Jackie Chan stars as a low-level goon who experiences some unfortunate and sudden neck-based chiropractic. Seriously, just watch this movie. Mystery of Chessboxing. Another film seminal to Wu-Tang Clan lore, Mystery of Chessboxing shows how the power of chess and the power of using your body as a motherfucking weapon can combine to help you defeat a powerful evil. And in this case, the powerful evil is a villain that murdered your father and calls himself the Ghost-Faced Killer. You know, that old chestnut. That old, my name is Kung Fugo Chestoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die, chestnut. Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. What a title. Was your biggest complaint about kung fu movies the complete and utter lack of Dracula? Well, don't worry because we got you, fam. Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires is a batshit crazy collaboration between Hammer Studios and Shaw Brothers Studio. This movie is basically the story of when Dracula studied abroad in China, complete with Peter Cushing as Van Helsing, and a Chinese family using the power of kung fu to send the Count and his minions back to hell where they belong. Now, fun fact, in the United States, this movie was released as The Seven Brothers and Their One Sister Meet Dracula. Unfun fact, Christopher Lee, who previously played Dracula in like every Hammer horror movie, saw this one and was like, nah dude, so he had to get someone else to play him. That poor bastard. You can't be Christopher Lee, that guy was in the SAS, he's so cool! R.I.P. 5 Deadly Venoms. While this sounds like a much better name for the old Planet of the Symbiote Spider-Man arc, 5 Deadly Venoms is a cult classic kung fu flick about a team of 5 fighters of the Poison Clan who use animal-themed fighting styles, the centipede, the snake, the scorpion, the lizard, and the toad, to kick ass and take names. So come for the dense mythology, stay for the slightly cheesy storytelling, and then pump your fist in the air at the incredibly kick-ass fight scenes. And warning, your arm will get sore from all that pumping, so invest in some Icy Hot now and thank me later. And those, my friends, are some of the greatest kung fu films ever made. But tell me, which is your favorite? What would you add to this list? Let me know in the comments below and give me a tiger-style thumbs up while you're there. Rawr. Be sure to like and subscribe or else you might miss next week's show about the story of a shiesty circus magician who gets transported to a faraway land where he reinvents himself as a giant benevolent shark ruling over a land of emerald-loving tiny people in Jaws the Great and Powerful. Until next time, keep on digging. Let's open up the old mailbag, shall we? At AlsWW90 asks, what is your favorite color since I cannot ask your favorite smell? Okay, sure. This is a good question. I'd probably have to go with a nice electric blue right now. It's always changing, but right now I'm really feeling that blue vibe. But since I can't ask your favorite color, don't ask why, tell me, what's your favorite smell? I gotta know, I gotta live vicariously through your nose. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.